All right, folks, let's go ahead and jump right in. First of all, welcome. It's great to have you with me for today's webinar. Today's webinar is a special exclusive webinar just for Heyo customers. It's entitled 5 Steps to Running a Successful Facebook Contest. My name is Chris Rieger. I run operations at Heyo, and it's my goal today to show you the ropes. Some of you may have run contests already, maybe really successful contests. Some of you might have run a contest but hope it went better. Some of you may have not done anything with Heyo yet and just be wondering, like, what can I do to make my first contest right out of the gate be super, super successful? That is exactly why I'm here, and I'm going to talk you through what I feel are really the 5 big things to think about, the 5 steps to really nail to make sure you're running a very successful Facebook contest. I've got my colleague Alex with me, and he is a Heyo expert. He's fantastic, and he's going to be answering your questions in GoToWebinar. So if you've got questions as I'm talking, go ahead and shoot them in the GoToWebinar questions. Alex will answer as many as he can. So we are going to go ahead and get started. So please make sure you're viewing my screen. You should be seeing my first slide, called Heyo Exclusive Customer Webinar, 5 Steps to Running a Successful Facebook Contest. I want to make sure you guys really get the most out of this content today. If you'd like to join the conversation, we're going to be monitoring things on Twitter as well, so feel free to tweet us at Heyo with hashtag HeyoWebinar, and we'll be looking out for those tweets as well all along the way. So first of all, right before we get started, I want to ask you guys a question. I want to get a sense of who's on the webinar and who's joining me today to really make sure I tailor my content just to you. So I'm going to start with a little bit of a poll here, and it is this: how familiar are you with Heyo? And select one of the following: are you very familiar? Are you a Heyo rock star? Are you pretty familiar? You've tried Heyo, maybe you've launched a campaign or two, but you're sort of still learning things. Or are you a total newbie, not familiar at all? So go ahead and vote. Let me know. Let me know what you think, and I'll wait till a good percentage of you have voted. We're up to over 70% now, 72%, keep going, 75%. Awesome. All right, we're well up over 80% now. So let me go ahead and close the poll, and I'll show you guys the results. So hopefully you can see that okay. So nobody says they're a Heyo rock star. Well, I feel like I've got the right audience then. This is awesome. 40% of you say you're pretty familiar, you've tried Heyo, you've used it. 60% of you are not familiar with Heyo, you're a total newbie. Perfect. So that's exciting. So let's go ahead and dive right back into the content. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about what you can do with Heyo, because as we get started, we're talking today about contests, and contests are a really exciting way to get more leads and sales from social media, and specifically from Facebook. But there is a lot more you can do with Heyo. So here's a quick rundown of the major use cases and really how you can make the most out of using Heyo for you and your business. So the first is obviously running a social contest. We're going to talk about that today. Could be a giveaway, could be a photo contest, could be a referral contest, like a refer a friend contest. But there are lots and lots of things that you can do with Heyo. In addition to that, with Heyo, you can create a lead capture page. We've got a selection of lead capture templates that are great. And maybe you've got a free download, like you're giving away an ebook or a guide or a free online tutorial. Maybe you want to offer a request for quote. You want people to be able to enter their details to get a quote from your business. Maybe you just want to have a simple static landing page that allows people to join your email newsletter list. You can do all of that with Heyo as well. And just like our contests, all of those campaigns, all of those templates can be published to Facebook, to web, and we always create a mobile optimized version of the campaign. So that is really important. You can publish visual content to Facebook. We've got a selection of what we call our social templates. They're beautiful and highly functional. We've got one for Pinterest, one for Instagram, and one for YouTube. They are super easy to use. And what they do is they automatically create a beautiful gallery of your visual content from either YouTube, Pinterest, or Instagram. And they bring it into a campaign. You can publish those as well onto a Facebook app, or they can also be published to web and mobile. And your fans can interact with your visual content from those other platforms directly in Facebook and directly on that page, which is really cool. We've got a selection of products, what we call our product templates, that are available to help you drive traffic. So if you're looking to drive traffic to an e-commerce site or a sales site, you can do that with Heyo. And then of course, if there's something else entirely you want to do, then you can always build your own landing page with Heyo. We've got a full set of great social and content widgets that you can use to drag them and drop them onto the page, create the campaign very easily that is just right for you, and get that published quickly. And again, those also publish to Facebook, to web, and to mobile. So hopefully that helps just kind of give everybody the lay of the land a little bit, make sure that we all kind of know what we can do with Heyo to really help drive results for our business. So next question I want to get to is why run a contest? We're all here today because we're interested in running a contest and making it successful on Facebook and on social media. But why should I do it? Well, very simply, contests convert really well. There are lots of different strategies for getting new leads for your business. And even online and even in social media, there are lots of strategies for getting more leads from your business. We just talked about a couple of them, right? Maybe you've got a free piece of content you want to give away. But there's really nothing out there that we've found that's as effective at getting so many leads in a relatively short amount of time as running a social contest. You've got a few examples here that are straight from our blog. If you go to blog.heyo.com, we've got lots and lots of case studies there. And here are a few of the more recent ones. Here's Kojai Coffee. They got a 42% conversion rate running a contest with Heyo. Solo Stove captured 474 emails with a single campaign, which is really awesome. There's an antiques company that we did business with that was really, really great and got 1,700 new fans and captured over 250 email addresses, running a Facebook contest. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you guys. A little too big. There, how's that? Hopefully better. So contests really can be a great way to bring new conversions, new leads into the business and help drive more sales for the business. So let's go ahead and jump right in and talk about what are the 5 steps to running a successful Facebook contest. Now be sure you stay with me. I'm going to actually go through these. I've got a few slides to talk you guys through and give you some tips. I'm also going to demo how to do a couple of things, one in Heyo and one in Facebook. And then when we get to the end, which will hopefully be relatively short order here, maybe 20, 25 minutes, I'm going to take your questions and we'll do some Q&A, which will be really fun. So step 1 to running a successful contest is to pick a really good prize. So let's talk about this a little bit. This is really important. You want to get this right because you might have a beautifully designed landing page that you put together in Heyo. You might be ready to go. You might have a great promotion strategy. But if your prize or your incentive is not really that exciting or really that relevant to your fans, then your campaign might not perform as well. So you definitely want to think about who are your fans, or think of who is your ideal customer, who is your target audience, and what do they really want? What do they really crave? It could be a product, it could be a coupon code or a discount, it could be some type of exclusive experiences. I always love prizes that feel a little bit special. If you're an author and you want to give away a book, give away an autographed copy of the book. It could be that simple. Or you might find a way to just make your prize a little bit more exclusive, which is really cool. Make sure that your prize is relevant to your audience. This is a really big one. A lot of businesses will, think of a really cool prize. Like the most common one we see are consumer electronics. They might say, hey, I'm going to give away a free iPad. Well, everybody would want a free iPad, right? So you probably will get a lot of leads from that contest, but probably the vast majority of them are not going to be relevant to your business. So make sure that you're thinking about who your target customer is. If you're a local business, maybe you're a dentist in Tallahassee, Florida. Give something away that helps you target just people in that area. Maybe it's dinner at a local restaurant. Maybe it's tickets to a local event, but something that people would only be interested in if they're in your target audience. So that's really, really important. And then lastly, you want to make sure your prize is really, really compelling to your fans. You really want to get them sharing. So, it's interesting. A lot of times as a business, we might default and think that, our own product or our own service that we offer is exactly what we should give away. And it might be, But and that's probably going to be relevant to who we want to reach, but is it really going to be compelling to them, right? So the example I always use here is there's a business that, a specific business I have in mind that was a local business, brick and mortar, and they were an accounting agency. And they wanted to run a giveaway contest. And, their default was, well, hey, we'll give away like a free consultation, like a free tax consultation. Now, that would be relevant to their target audience. They were trying to reach older middle-aged men in their local area, preferably of middle to high net worth. So, if they were interested in that prize, if it was the free consultation, then they'd probably be relevant, but that's not a very compelling prize. No offense to all the tax accountants out there, if there are any, but that's not that exciting a prize. You want something that's really going to get people sharing and excited about it. So what we hit on that was still relevant to their target audience, but a little bit more compelling, was a free round of golf at the local golf club. It was very well targeted to who they were trying to reach. And it was more compelling than just trying to give away their service or like a free consultation of their service. So that's hopefully a good example of you. Let me actually show you real quick one really great example of this that I'm talking about. And I'm going to use a few of these real life customer examples today because I think it's helpful to see how other businesses are using Heyo and specifically how they're running and orienting their contest. So here's Wolfer Estate Vineyard. So Wolfer's a customer of Heyo's. They are a vineyard and winery on Long Island in New York. And they wanted to run this big summer giveaway. And they're actually running it all summer long. And, the most obvious thing for them might be, well, hey, we're going to give away free wine. But they thought about who are we trying to reach. They looked at who their customers are, who their best customers are. And they realized that they do really good business around summertime because of the beach culture. So they put together this really cool prize, and I'll let you read in this pink box here on their Heyo campaign. But they're giving away a bike. It has nothing to do with their actual product, but they're really smart and they know who their customers are. And they're giving away a really cool Linus Cruiser bike, which is actually kind of like a limited edition. They purchased this bike and they had the company that made the bike create this new special pattern that is on brand for them. And that's their prize that they're giving away. And this campaign's performing really well. Right now it's running about a 49% conversion rate, meaning for every 100 people that see this page, 49 are entering their email address. So it's going really well. So I thought that was really cool. So hopefully you're still with me. You're looking at my screen and you see this really cool campaign by Wolfer Estate Vineyard. I thought it went really well. So there's a good example. There's a good example of picking the right prize and being thoughtful about it. All right, that was step one. Let's move on to step two. Select an entry method. This is pretty straightforward. And there aren't that many, so you don't need to be overwhelmed. Really, the question here is, what are you going to ask consumers to do to enter your contest, to be considered as a valid entry in your contest? And really the first step here is to think about your goals. What are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to generate a lot of leads? Are you trying to drive more engagement with your brand on social media? Are you trying to grow your Facebook fans and your fan base? If you're trying to just generate a lot of leads, you want to make entry as simple as possible, and a giveaway is a great way to do that. There's really no contest or no campaign that we found that's quite as good at getting a lot of new leads for the business than running a very simple giveaway, social giveaway. So that would be this first bullet, contact information. If you're looking to just generate a lot of volume, that's a great option. You might, though, be looking to generate more user engagement, meaning you've got a fan base, you've got customers, and you want to be able to have more of a dialogue with them, get them to engage more with your brand on social media, which, by the way, makes all of your future content posts on on social media and on Facebook that much more visible because you're driving more engagement from your user base, and Facebook really likes that. So that's this second bullet, creative submission. So an example of that might be a photo contest. I've got a screenshot of one right here, a photo contest. You might ask for a like and contact information. So if you're really trying to drive your fan base up, you can use a strategy that's very, very simple. It's implementing a like gate or a fan gate within Facebook. And you can do that within Heyo really easily. And so you can set up let's say it's a simple giveaway, set up a simple giveaway and have it ready to go. You're going to get a lot of new leads, hopefully, with that giveaway. But then put a like gate on it so that while you're growing your base of new email leads, you're also building your fan base on Facebook which is really great. You might also actually ask for a referral. So you might say, hey, enter your email address, but then we want you to tell your friends about this contest, and that's how you really have the best chance at winning, and that's how you enter the contest. Let me show you a couple more real live examples. And let me ask you real quick in the GoToWebinar questions, please tell me, do you guys like seeing more live campaign examples like this one from Wolfer Estate Vineyard? Is it helpful to see those? Let me know in the GoToWebinar questions, because I really want to make sure that I'm not wasting your time and I'm showing you what's most relevant. Okay, I'm seeing a lot. Greg says yes. David says absolutely. Nikolai says yes. Blue Dolphin Crow says very helpful. Okay, good. So I'll keep showing you a few of these. So let's look at a couple more examples. So the Wolfer Estate Vineyard one here, this is an example of a giveaway contest. And let me make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see it really well. Of a giveaway contest where the entry method is just simply contact information. That's all it is an email address. Let me show you another really cool contest that's being run right now through Heyo. This is Recruit Military. Very, very cool company. Their whole business is basically they're a staffing agency. And however, they only place veterans. So when companies come to them looking to help fill jobs at their company, they're coming specifically to target veterans. So they're running a photo contest. So here's an example of that creative submission type contest. I'm going to go to the voting page. And this is a really cool example of our new photo contest app, by the way, if you haven't seen it. So here you go. They're running a photo contest, and they've asked for veterans to post a photo, and in the photo description, let them know why they're great leaders. And so here's the photo contest app. So let me go back to the entry page one more time. So with the Heyo photo contest, entrants have been able to enter their email address, and either via Instagram or through a photo upload, attach a photo and enter the contest directly. And now consumers can come through here, click on these photos, view them. They can vote for their favorites. So you can see the elegant sharing features here. This kind of a contest is a great way of getting a lot of engagement. You can see how when somebody enters a contest like this, they're going to share it with their friends. They're going to try to get a lot more votes. So there are a couple of other examples for you. I hope those are helpful to see. So that's selecting an entry method, step 2. Let's go on to step 3. Okay, step 3, not surprising, create your contest. So once you know what your prize is going to be, once you've decided what your goal is, and so that's driven what your entry method is going to be, it's time to start mocking up your contest. And really, this is where Heyo comes into play. This is what we really try to make extremely, extremely easy for you to do. You can start with one of our pre-designed templates. You can customize that content with your own images and copy. And then obviously you can publish your contest and make sure it's mobile optimized. An interesting fact I've got here on the slide that's really important to be aware of is that there is so much mobile usage on social media, and specifically on Facebook. Facebook is still by far the largest, most well-trafficked social media platform. They had their Q2 earnings call last week, and basically they kind of blew the door down with the results. They are doing extremely well. They're getting very, very high usage. There are now over 800 million people that use Facebook every single day around the world. I'll say that one more time. 800 million people across the globe use Facebook every single day. The stat I have here on the page that's really important, really relevant when it comes to making your campaign and ensuring it's mobile optimized is that the average Facebook user spends 914 minutes per month on Facebook from their phones, on Facebook mobile. That's a pretty large number. That is an extremely large number. So let me ask you guys one question while we're pausing here for a second. Greg Eisendice says, holy crap, that is 15 hours. Greg, holy crap indeed, my friend. That's a lot of time. So let me ask you guys a quick question as it relates to Facebook and mobile. What percentage of Facebook users, of those active Facebook users, what percentage do you think are only using Facebook from their phone? Are only using Facebook from their phone? Pop your answer into the GoToWebinar questions. What percentage of Facebook users do you think are only using Facebook from their phone? And it is definitely a double-digit number. Okay, I'm seeing all kinds of guesses here. Dave Hobley, hi Dave. David says 35%. Good guess. Let's see. Sarah Skelly says 75%. Asha says 50%. So a lot of good guesses. We got a ton more. 40, 50, 30, 20. So you guys are, if we average these all together, we probably get pretty darn close. 48% of Facebook users only use Facebook from their mobile phone. That's a highly tweetable statistic, by the way, if you want to tweet something out right now. 48% of active Facebook users are only using Facebook from their mobile phone. That's a pretty high number. So that means, let's parse that out. As you create your contest, if you don't have your contest mobile, then you're missing out on half your potential leads, right? That's basically what that means. So with that said, let's dive in. I'm actually going to pull up Heyo right now, and we are going to just build a quick giveaway contest together, because this is really important. And I want to make sure that you guys walk away with a really good understanding of how to do this. So here I am in the Heyo dashboard. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you to see. Awesome. So here I am in the Heyo dashboard. And for this example, I'm going to pretend I'm Cafe de Bangkok. Cafe de Bangkok is a local Thai restaurant here in Blacksburg, Virginia, where we're based. One of my personal favorites. So that's who I'm going to pretend I am. So I'm, in this example, I'm going to be Cafe de Bangkok. I've already done my pre-contest planning. I know I want to give away a free dinner at my restaurant. I feel like that's a really good prize for me. It is what I do for my business, but that's good. And I know I want to run a giveaway because I'm trying to generate a lot of new email leads. So here I am in Heyo. I'm going to click Create a Campaign right there. First step is, what template am I using? So I'm going to go over here on the right. Now remember, at the beginning of the webinar, folks, we talked through these different templates that we can use. We're going to go right to contest templates, which is at the top, because we're going to run a giveaway. And I just want to take a quick pause here and just make sure everybody's with me and following me on my screen, because this is when I do this kind of how-to, I want to make sure, especially with so many people on the call who are brand new to Heyo, or at least not super familiar with Heyo, I want to make sure you guys really get the most out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Contest Templates. This accordion opens up, and I've got some different options here. I want to run a giveaway or a sweepstakes, so I'm going to pick the Heyo sweepstakes template. And I'm just going to go through real quick and show you how to update this. I'm going to go down here to the bottom right, click Save and Continue. So here I am in the Heyo app, and I'm in my campaign builder. And as I mouse over these different blocks of content on the page, you can see that they highlight to a nice, like, kind of a teal color, and I can update them. So I'm going to do that right now, and I've got my content ready, and it's pretty easy to grab some images off your website or your blog if you don't have things right at hand. So first, I'm going to mouse over the logo. I'm going to click that, and always within Heyo, I've got my campaign canvas here in the middle of the screen. Over on the right-hand side is where I make my updates. So I clicked on the campaign canvas. I clicked on the logo. Over here on the right-hand side is where I can edit. In this case, I want to upload an image. So I'm going to click Upload. I've got my Cafe de Bangkok logo right here. I'm going to click OK to upload that. There it is with my beautiful elephant. It looks great. I've also got a contest image, a big hero image ready for my contest that communicates my prize. And I'm going to click that right here. Click Upload again. Here we go. My prize is I'm giving away free dinner for two at my restaurant at Cafe de Bangkok. So I picked an image that I think is compelling. You know, I'm Thai food. That's what I do. We're a Thai restaurant in this example. And so I've picked a really compelling image that shows off my product, clearly messages what my prize is and how to win it. Let me say that one more time. You want to make sure your hero image clearly messages what your prize is and how people can win it. So very simply, I said, enter your email for a chance to win free dinner for two. Boom. There's my call to action. There's my prize. The contest countdown. One question we get a lot is, how long should my contest be? How long should it run for? You know, Nathan, my CEO and colleague, he really believes strongly that one of these campaigns should be a week or less. And the thing that I agree with him about on there is, you know, it feels like consumers' attention spans are getting shorter, not longer. So you don't want this to be too long. I feel like you can go over a week, but definitely not over 2 weeks. So I think 7 to 10 days is a great window of time to run your contest. So if I want to change this, I just click on the contest countdown over here on the right-hand side. It's really easy for me to update what day, what time I want my contest to end. I'll have this go all the way till 5 o'clock p.m. on that day. Down here at the bottom, I'll click Save Changes. Cool. Something else that's really critical is email marketing. So you're going to be gathering a lot of new email leads with this contest, and you want to make sure you can manage those leads really, really well. So what you can do within Heyo, first of all, we always will store your email leads for you within Heyo. So as you run this campaign, and folks are entering their email address, you're capturing new email leads, we're storing those all for you, and from the Heyo dashboard at any time, you can download a CSV file of those new leads. However, if I click on this email field, I can also sync this contest to a growing number of email marketing platforms. These are the first 3 we've launched. We've got more on the way. So MailChimp, Constant Contact, Aweber. If you use any of those 3 platforms, it's super, super easy to select one of these platforms, sync your in this case, I selected MailChimp. I'm syncing my MailChimp account to Heyo. Now it's synced. I can click this drop down. I can pick which list I want to I want to drop leads into. Let's just put them in this master Heyo list. I go down here to the bottom, click Save Changes, and I'm good to go. So now Heyo's storing those leads for me, and they're automatically getting put in that MailChimp list. Finally, last thing I want to show you are these sharing options. These are really important. So I'm going to click on this little field down here at the bottom left. So when consumers come to this page and they have the option to enter my contest, this really cool giveaway I'm doing, they're also going to be prompted. You can see here to like, share, and tweet about the contest. Here's where I can customize those options. So link to share, I can enter a link here if I want, or as you can see here by this note, if I leave it blank, we'll automatically default the share to this campaign, which I want to do because I want to drive traffic back to this campaign. However, I want to customize this share text. I want to be able to say, I just entered to win dinner for 2 at Cafe de Bangkok. You can too. And you guys will all write way better marketing copy than me. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, but hopefully that gives you an idea. So, so there you go. So I've updated my marketing copy. And if I've got a Twitter account, I can add that here so that I'll get attribution on my tweet. So let's say that I'm at Cafe de Bangkok. Cool. Save changes. I'm good to go. This little field here below the hero image, I've got a full text editor. I can add my contest rules here. I can say must be 18 or over to enter. I can say only 1 entry per person. Whatever my contest rules are, I can put them here. I could put more marketing copy. If I want to go at length about how great this prize is and how amazing this dinner is going to be and how it's going to be lovingly prepared by our head chef, whatever I want to do to make it feel exclusive and feel special, I can just drop that. I can just drop that right in here in this same text area and make it look great. I can customize this font. I can make it bigger. I can make it smaller. You guys get the idea. Let me drop in some more here just so you can kind of see how it looks. I can change the justification. Let's make that full justification. I think it'll look a little bit better. Cool. Let me go ahead and save those changes. All right, so I'm pretty happy with this. I'm ready to publish. So I'm going to go here to the bottom right, click on Save and Preview. Now here I am. Here's my campaign. It hasn't taken me that long to put together. I'm really just a matter of a few minutes. I'm in preview mode, so I can test this out and see what it's going to be like. People are going to be able to enter their email address here. They're going to be prompted to like, share, and tweet. I can see what those features are going to look like. Awesome. See how it sets up the share for me. Here's the text I put in. I just entered to win dinner for 2 at Cafe de Bangkok. If I click to tweet, I'm going to see the exact same thing, all set up. I get my mention via at Cafe de Bangkok. And we're good to go. I'm really happy with this contest. So I'm going to go ahead and publish it. Actually, wait a minute. I got to customize a couple more things. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call this Dinner for Two. If I want to customize the campaign thumbnail, I can do that here. And I'm going to do that. I have a little simple, very on-the-nose win prize here thumbnail icon that I'm going to use. And I've got that ready to go. And I definitely want to publish to Facebook. I definitely want to publish to mobile. Let's see what the mobile preview looks like. Wow. Looks great. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so that looks really good. I don't really need to publish to web. It doesn't hurt me to leave that checked. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck it because I'm going to run this contest on Facebook. And I'm going to go ahead and publish it. I'm going to, let's see, select this fan page. All right, fantastic. My campaign is live. My giveaway is live. Here's the smart URL that I'll use to promote the campaign. One last thing I want to make sure you guys understand is that once your campaign is built, we will give you this smart URL. And this is definitely the URL you want to use to promote your campaign. Whenever somebody goes to this URL, Heyo knows exactly what device they're on and will serve them up the right version of the campaign based on that device. I'm here in the office on my Mac desktop, so it naturally takes me to Facebook. Were I to click on that same smart URL from a mobile phone, I'm going to see the mobile optimized version of the campaign, and it's going to look great. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully the how-to piece was helpful for you guys to see. That is really how you do step 3, and it is really very simple to do within Heyo. Make sure you always keep mobile checked whenever you're publishing your campaign. So let's keep going. We've got two more steps that I think are going to go pretty quickly. So the first is promote your contest. This is obviously really critical. There's a lot we could talk about here. I'm going to save some time for Q&A though. So, to put it as simply as possible, if you don't let your audience know about your contest, then they won't know where to find it. Where this contest will publish, let's go take a look at this together real quick. Let's go to my page. Okay, cool. So where this contest will publish is as an app on my Facebook page. So here I am on my business page. In this case, it's a simple test page. I'm going to click on more. You can see in this case, I've got a lot of apps published, but there's my Dinner for Two, and I want to move that up. So I'm going to click on Manage Tabs. Here's Dinner for Two, and I can literally move that all the way to the top, as high up as I can go, and click Save. Now you can see that there's my campaign right there on the left-hand side. Dinner for Two, win prize here. This is where the app publishes in Facebook. So, right now, only people who come to my fan page can find my campaign. But really, you want to promote it and really let your audience know about your campaign and make sure it's super, super successful. And remember, there's built-in virality on this campaign. There are really great sharing features built right onto the page. So the more people you get to enter, the more people you also have sharing the contest, and then you'll get more entries that way. That's what going viral means, or virality means. We really want that to happen. What we found, it sounds so simple, but what we found at Heyo is that a simple organic Facebook posts are still probably the best way to drive fans to your campaign. They're on Facebook, they're browsing their news. When they're on Facebook, they're probably browsing their news feed. So you want to make sure you post about this campaign to really make it successful. And I'd recommend doing it more than once. I'd say at least 2 or 3 times a week. It's really, really valuable to post about your campaign on Facebook. If you have a really good audience on other social media channels, these smart URLs, we've built them, and there is logic required behind the scenes to make this work. We've built them to look great on every social media platform. So whether you're on Google+, or whether you've got a huge following on Twitter, or maybe you're in services or B2B and LinkedIn is really important for your business, make sure you're promoting really well just with organic social media posts on those other channels. Email is a great, great way to promote your campaign. And probably next to social media, we see the most activity and the most success with email promotion. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, Chris, I'm running this campaign because I'm trying to get more email leads. I've already got the email addresses for the people on my email list. Why do I want to tell them about the campaign? Well, obviously it's because they've got friends, they've got fans, they've got followers that are going to hear about the campaign if they see it and if they enter it. So you want to make sure that you give this campaign as much of a chance to be successful as possible. Last thing I'll say is, don't forget website traffic. If you've got a website or a blog with any kind of traffic at all, putting a simple link or a banner, a small banner on your homepage to let people know about the campaign. If you're a blogger, if you've got a really nice blog for your business, write a blog post about the campaign. Make sure your fans and your customers know about it. I'm going to do one more how-to here if you guys want to see it only. So let me ask you right now if you guys are interested in this. If you'd like, I can literally walk through how to successfully create a link share post about your campaign on Facebook. It's really simple. It's really easy to do. But if you want to see that, I'll show you how to use that smart URL and how to post this campaign to your Facebook page. and how to do that successfully, how to customize it and make sure it looks really, really good. So if you'd like to see that, let me know by saying yes in the GoToWebinar questions. And feel free to throw in some exclamation points, put it in all caps. Okay, Greg says yes, Adrian, Shannon, Keith says yes. All right, yes, please. Yes, I'd like to see that. Okay, good. All right, guys, I will show you. So let me bring the campaign. Let me bring the campaign back up here. Get the right window. There it is, of course. So here I am back. I just published my campaign. Remember, here's that smart URL. So I'm going to grab that. So I'm going to go back into Facebook. Here's where my campaign's published. So I'm just going to go to my Facebook timeline. So here's my timeline. Whenever I post something here, this is how it's going to end up in my fans' newsfeed. Had to grab some water there, guys. Forgive me. So all I'm going to do is I've already copied that smart URL. I'm going to go here to where I normally post a status update. I'm just going to paste that in. And you can watch what's happening. Facebook is thinking. They're literally going out to my campaign site, and they're pulling in my content. So you can see it's already structured. Here's what pulls in automatically. Your contest image pulls in, and you've got a couple to choose from. It pulls in the logo, and it pulls in the hero image. Okay? It's automatically going to pull in the campaign title. Remember, mine was Dinner for Two. And it's already going to pull in the copy, which the only copy on the page, or the text on the page, is right below the hero image. So here's where I put my contest rules over about 50 times. Okay? So it automatically populates really, really well. Now, I see Nikolai asking, can we upload a different photo? So this is exactly why I wanted to show you this, Nikolai. This is really cool. So yes, you can customize anything here. Okay, so I can click on the. Let me actually refresh this real quick. Let me load this page. Make sure I get the customize option. So bear with me, guys. I'm just making sure Facebook is cooperating with me. Do that one last time. Okay. So so basically, I can click on any item here on the actual post, and I can update it. So for instance, I can click right here on the title. Instead of Dinner for Two, I could say Dinner Giveaway! Exclamation point. I don't want my contest rules in here, so I can click on this, and I can say we are giving away Dinner for Two at our fantastic Blacksburg location. Just click this link and enter your email address for a chance to win! Exclamation point. Cool. And I'm happy with how that looks. I'm going to try one other thing real quick. Bear with me here, folks. Cool. So here, in the same fashion as I clicked here and I updated this copy, I can also click this button right here, Nikolai, that says Upload Image. Okay. And if I've got an image I want to put in here, then I can upload it directly from my desktop. So in this case, I've got one set up just for my status update. Here it is. These are some of my Thai spring rolls with special hot sauce. So I'm going to say, yep, I want that one. And you can see it automatically updates my image right there, and that's how you set up the post. This is called a link share post. Now, once this is set up, I can just delete the smart URL. I don't need it in my status. I can just say, we are giving away a great prize this week to thank our customers. I can say whatever I want here in the actual status update. I click post, and it will post my status for me. So it's really easy to do that. It's really easy to do that, and it's really effective. And still, again, the most effective way to actually just do some organic Facebook posts to promote your campaign. All right, let me keep going because I'm already taking more time than I want. I want to leave plenty of time for Q&A. The final step to running a successful contest is picking a winner and following up. You want to make sure, again, as I mentioned earlier, consumers' attention spans, they seem to get shorter all the time. So make sure as soon as your contest is over, you pick a winner. We actually have, and since you guys are so cool and are joining me on this webinar today, I'll let you know we actually are building a pick a winner feature within Heyo that will pick a winner for you. And so if it's a giveaway like this, it'll automatically pick a winner at random. But it's really easy to do right now. You just download your list of leads from Heyo, and you'll pick the winner you want to win the prize. I'd recommend communicating that to your fans and your entrants as soon as possible after the contest is over, as soon as possible. Definitely announce the winner on Facebook and any other social media outlets you have. It's really great social proof to post a picture or at least a status update about the fact that the contest is over and announcing who it is that won the contest. If you can, and if you're a local business, brick and mortar business, this is absolutely something you can do. Ask the winner to come into your office to pick up the prize, so you can take a couple of photos with them, and with their permission, of course, post those photos to your newsfeed. People can actually then see the winner with the prize. It's really nice social proof. I've seen that drive a lot of engagement and be really effective. And then finally, and I think this is really important, and that's why it's definitely an important part of this last step, that you want to make sure that you capture any opportunities you have for follow-up communication. So I've got an example here right on the page from Solo Stove. They ran a Facebook giveaway last month with Heyo. They did an amazing job with follow-up. So when I entered the contest, as soon as I entered, I immediately got what's called an autoresponder. So it was an automated email that was all set up. And as soon as I entered, and my email address, I think they used MailChimp, got ported straight into MailChimp to the list that they designated, an email automatically went out to me and to every entrant that said, hey, thanks for entering. Here's the date the contest ends, and we'll let you know who won ASAP. Good luck. Very cool. I think I had a link to their website in the email. After the contest was over, they announced the winner, and they sent this email out to everybody as follow-up. It says, hi, Solo Stove friend. Our recent giveaway sweepstakes has come to an end. The winner has been posted. Unfortunately, you did not win this time. Too bad. However, we plan on having several more contests and giveaways throughout the year, so please continue to check in. So just a really nice closure to the contest, and then here's the kicker, guys. As a token of their appreciation, they gave me a coupon code for a discount and gave me a very prominent link right to their online store. Really, really smart marketing, really, really simple follow-up. But if they even made a couple of sales from this one follow-up email, probably easily paid for their campaign because, as obviously Heyo is a very affordable product. So it is really, really easy to forget some of those finer points, but take the time and just do some simple follow-up. I think you'll find that it's really, really effective. So folks, with that, we've been through all of Chris's 5 steps to Facebook contest success. And I hope that's been really helpful for you.